Okay, that's what you're going to have so far. Okay, now before I start putting wire nuts on here and stuff, I'm going to cut these wires shorter. Look how long they are. I don't need them that long anymore because I've already got wires in the back of this too. I'd have to spaghetti all that back in there, and I could do it, you know, but I don't need to, do I? And usually most people say you're supposed to have 6 inches coming out of the wall. Well, I got 5 inches on the ground wire. And these are 7 inches. This is 7 inches. I'm going to make them all 5 inches because it's fine because I'm putting wire nuts on them and stuff. If you were looping stuff and hooking it up, I think code says you're supposed to have 6 inches coming out, but the ground wire is only coming out by 5 inches. And I mean, if I really pulled this further, it is longer. It is probably close to 6 inches. But see, I've already kind of pushed it back in there, and I've already pushed this black wire back in there. And I can do the same with these wires a little bit. Okay, and so I can have these come out the same length as the ground wires and still be code. Alright, so if anybody's really concerned about that, there's my explanation, and I'm sticking to it. Bye-bye. Now I can strip those. And I don't have to strip them that far because my wire nuts, well, my wire nuts are yellows, so I could do it a little bit further. Usually for something like this, I would do, I don't know why they give you yellows in here. They should have given me orange. Orange is one step lower than the yellow. Okay, but they didn't. Then if I wanted, if I had some yellow or some orange, I could get them and replace it with that. But see, the ground, I don't really care, you know, if any of that shows because it's going on a ground bare wire, but I could cut it off just a little bit. Let's see, this one here is pretty short, isn't it? The red and white. And so I'm gonna make it just a little bit longer. If I can. Okay, this is stranded wire, but they've connected the end to make it kind of solid at the end, which was kind of slick how they did that. Okay, so maybe I should make this just a little bit longer, the same length as the others. We'll have to pick up all those little pieces. Ground wire, just a hair long. Okay, fine, I'll cut it off. Okay, so I got everything set up now. I've already done a test. We know which wires go to where. And I'm going to first start out with ground, the copper to the bare copper wire. The bare copper wire in an electrical box generally, I say generally, but always, is the ground. Okay, so I'm going to kind of pull on that, make sure that is connected on there tight. And incidentally, if I had orange, I would use orange because that would make the head of the wire nut smaller. Because look, I've got 4 wire nuts, yellow ones that I've got to push in there and get all the way back in there. I've got some nooks and crannies back in there. I think I can do it. If this box was so packed that I would have to think about it another way, then I definitely would go into the garage and find my orange wire nuts. Okay, I like to save my orange wire nuts. I don't know why, but okay, so that's the black wire coming out of the electrical box, and I'm hooking that to the black here. Twisting on there. And I always pull on it to make sure that it's tight. Because you'd be surprised, every once in a while you get something you think, well, geez, it's so tight, I can't turn this anymore. And you pull on this, and it pops right out. Because of just the way it was attached in there. Okay, so now the red is going to the black. Okie artichoke. We did a dry test on that before. It's just the way they've wired this box up. I've seen some of these done differently, but I've never really done a 3-way dimmer before, so it's slightly, the wiring, they seem to slightly have done it differently. So the red and white one coming out of here, I'm connecting that to the red in the box, the junction box. Okay, pull on it. Just pull a little bit. Don't like try to jerk it out. Okay. Now see, all of that I got to get in there. That's your next step, okay? That's what you're going to see so far. Okay. Now I've got to try to fit all of this in here. I'm looking to see if I can't maybe finagle this wire nut back up behind this other light switch. It looks like I can to a certain extent. Okay, and that's going to flex like that. I got to make sure I got this facing up. It's going to be up kind of like that, so that's going to, always trying to make sure this all kind of goes back together right. Okay. So this wire's on the very end, so I'm going to work on that one next. And I can push that one all the way. I'm just going to kind of fold it up and push it back in there. And that's in the very back of the box. That wire nut's in a nice little location back there. I can do the same thing with this one. Okay. Okay. And last but not least, this one. Trying to get the wire nuts all the way back there. Okay. Like that. Oh, I see. Okay. Try to keep your fingers off the wall the best you can. Okay. There. Especially when you're working with wires, electrical wires and stuff, lots of times your fingers will get dirty, and then you put them on the wall and you forget all about it. You're like, oh shoot, now you got to clean all that. Now this is all stranded wire, and you can kind of finagle those in there. Voila, It's gonna fit. Yes. Yes, indeedy. Okay. I'm gonna use my new screws even. That's fitting in there nice.